Hey, everybody. Okay, I'm doing this as a recording because I'm probably going to have to stop during this, pause it for a minute because this stuff is very disturbing. It's not something I would say is easy to go over, but I think it needs to be. If you notice at the bottom, you're going to see my innocent until proven guilty. We're using initials of people's names. Y'all will see them on your phone, computer, whatever, but I'm just going to try to remember to say the initials. Sandra's name, I will probably just say her first name. There's going to be stuff in here words that I don't say. Not even because the platforms that I'm on, just in case people have kids that are running around that can hear. They can't read yet, but they can hear. I don't want to be saying some of this. Also, there's a trigger warning on this. That's another reason I'm just saying some of the initials of the words or whatever. I don't know. We're going to play it by ear as I do this, but this is why I'm doing this as a premiere and not just a live. I will be in chat more than likely to interact or whatever. I can also give y'all the links to get these documents. I should have put them in the description, but I didn't. I'll probably just post them in the chat. But also, I did these off slides because my browser and the browser I use for this is different for PDF. And when I try to change it, it did something weird. So I just put them up as slides. So it's not letting me make my screen bigger, but I'm doing it full screen that I can. So y'all might have to make your screen bigger if you're wanting to read them. Or, like I said, I will put the links in chat if people want them, and y'all can get them and just follow along, whatever, however y'all want to do it. But my name is Trisha. I know I've had a couple of people email me because I usually do readings. I did them yesterday. That turned into us talking about court cases, which is probably going to be a lot of what happens if I don't have people coming in here for readings, because I do have my normal mods pretty much that come in here every time I go live for anything. So we end up talking about court cases. So I'm just saying, if y'all pop in here with this and y'all are some of the people that usually come in here for readings or whatever, it's going to say if I'm doing that on my lives. And if you come in and we're talking about court cases and you want a free reading, all you have to do is put in the chat, hey, whatever, you don't have to be rude, but that's the way I did it yesterday. But I do think it's important not just to do cards, because I have some people that like cards, but like this kind of stuff too. And then I have some people that come in here that don't come in here when I do cards. So I have both sides of it. And if we're going to fight to keep our freedoms, to keep our innocent until proven guilty, I understand everything against this man, in my opinion, my opinion, not fact, because he has not been sentenced yet. He has not been proven guilty yet in the court. Yes, I mean, clearly, if you compare this to some of the other cases we're doing, there's 100% more evidence that we're seeing in this. But we can't just convict him ourselves, and we're not going to, because we can't be one way in one case and another way in another case. That's my whole point. The whole point I'm trying to make. I understand that he's sick. Whether he gets sentenced or not, whether they find him guilty or not, okay, he's guilty of being disgusting to me, but that's, I don't guess, criminal. I'm not real sure, but anyway. So, we don't suggest people go out and harass his family and harass his kid. Like, they have nothing. If his wife knew about this, then I have a whole nother opinion of her, but still, you don't go out mess. It's none of our business like that. Like, we can't, whatever. We can't save the world that way. And I don't condone any of that, but his kids are completely innocent. That's disgusting. I don't believe in harassing anybody in his family. that's, we're not the ultimate judge of all that. So we're just going to have our thoughts, have our opinions, be respectful, and respect the constitutional rights that everybody has. Okay, so now that that's it. Okay, like I said, I'm probably gonna have to pause this. I don't think y'all know, like on the when y'all are seeing it, I'll just say I'm pausing it for a minute because I don't know if I can stomach everything at once. I've read most of this stuff, I think, but went over it. I'm not going over it for the entertainment value, and I mean entertainment in some sick ass way that I don't know. We're doing this because it's important for us to know facts, and these are pretty much stated as far as, I don't know what they call these documents. He hasn't been proven guilty, but I guess these are the fact. I mean, they have to be. Well, the text, I mean, okay, so I don't know what to call these documents. I'm going to say they're facts because they were, yeah, anyway, I don't know, but we need to know what is going on in the court system with the case. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, where's my fuel view? That should help because I can see that because I can see it. I can see it better this way. Like I said, this is as big as I can get it because I have this on full screen. So if you cannot see it on your phones, I know you can make it bigger on your browser. If you're on your computer, if you go very up to the top, you should have 3 dots and there should be settings and you should be able to do the view thing up or down, like to magnify it or whatever. That's what you may have to do. Okay, so this is, I think, I haven't read this document. This is the Office of the District Attorney, but I think this is the investigation from when she actually was unalived, and what was done. So we're going to start here. Okay, so this is just who it's to. Barstool Sports. Okay, I don't know what this is. This is the email. I'm not going to say all these names. Public records request. Oh, somebody requested public records. I got you. Okay. I don't even know how to say that person's name. So, okay. Dear Mr. C. Okay. The responses to your September 27, 2022 public record request to the Norfolk District Attorney's Office, the NDAO. Oh, Lord. Okay. In which you request under that, whatever, the public records law, yep, request any incident reports, records, emails, or audio communication publicly available for the investigation into the death of Sandra Birchmore, and any incident reports, records, email, or audio communication publicly available involving RD. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's the other officer, I think. Materials pertaining to investigation into the death of Sandra Birchmore. Okay. As you may be aware, on August 29, 2022, and I'm probably going to say this wrong, Stoughton Police Department concluded its internal investigation and subsequently released to the public a redacted report of its findings concerning former Stoughton police officers, Matthew Farwell, I'm going to say his name, his brother, and RD. The Norfolk District Attorney is in possession of the Stoughton Police Department's report and cited exhibits. The office is conducting a review of the Stoughton Police Department's findings and allegations concerning these individuals. Notwithstanding the office's investigation into whether these individuals' actions can constitute criminal conduct prosecutable by this office, the NDAO will at this time release the Massachusetts State Police reports pertaining to that investigation of the death of Sandra. As discussed further below, the NDAO has withheld certain materials due to its ongoing criminal investigation. Other materials have been withheld as required by the public records law. Please find the enclosed following Massachusetts State Police reports. Okay. So I'm putting this on mute for a second. I'm going to change the slide. And I'm going to give y'all a minute to read over this. I'm not going reading over all that because I think we're fixing to have the cases over here. I'm going to give y'all a minute to read all the rest of these if y'all want to read them, the case numbers. Some people do like to. Okay. So I'm not going to read every word of all of this. Of these reports, certain information has been redacted pursuant to that law, as the information constitutes either medical information or personal and highly intimate details, which, if disclosed, would constitute an unwarranted invasion of decedents. I think they're talking about Sandra, and or third parties' privacy. They didn't want to release the text messages. I'm sure they said they didn't get them, but okay. So the unredacted Stoughton Police Department's internal affairs report and associated exhibits have been withheld at this time, and that's the law. Disclosure comments. Well, case prior to trial, prevention, disclosure. It's just saying you can speak freely with the police about whatever. And there's some more. So this is their whole excuse of the reason they're not. This was before the FBI took over. I'm taking it. Okay, so this is the police reports. I'm taking it. I'm going to give y'all a minute. Give me just a minute. Okay. So this is Trooper MD. It's to the Detective Lieutenant GM. Case number 2021 11239. On February 4th, and that's my son's birthday. He was born before this year, but that's my son's birthday. On February 4th, 2021, at approximately 11:45 a.m., I, Trooper MD, badge number 3943, was notified by the Norfolk SPDU desk officer that Canton police officers and detectives were on the scene, and that's redacted in Canton, that's the address, investigating the apparent suicide death of an adult female resident of that apartment. I then contacted Crime Scene Services and notified Trooper KF, badge number 4054, who was newly assigned to the unit, and was undergoing training. Trooper T, and I proceeded to the location. Upon arrival, I spoke with Sergeant ML and Detective JM. I learned that at approximately 10:55 a.m. that morning, Canton Patrol Office had responded to the apartment to conduct a well-being check on the resident, Sandra, that's their address probably, at the request of the Sharon Police School Resource Officer, MH. I was informed that Miss Sandra is an employee of the Sharon school system and had not shown up for work for several days, and attempts to reach her by phone were unsuccessful. Officer CY and Officer EC of the Canton Police arrived and were unable to get a response at the door to the apartment. At that time, they made entry, having received a key from property management to check the well-being of Miss Sandra. Upon entering the apartment, they located her apparently deceased seated on the floor. Oh God, of the bedroom. Yeah, that's redacted. Canton Fire Department personnel was notified and responded. She was then, we know who we're talking about, was then determined to be deceased at approximately 11:46 a.m. by firefighter paramedic DW. Detective M.C. Trooper T and I entered her apartment, which had been held and secured by Canton police for our arrival. There was a kitchenette immediately upon entry. Toward the left side, there was a living room area directly in front of the entranceway. I observed a short hallway that led directly to the bathroom, and the single bedroom was to the left side of the hallway. I noticed that the interior of the apartment was generally unorganized and unkept. Really? Really? The countertops in the kitchen were almost entirely covered with personal items, to include personal correspondence, junk mail, medication, and trash. And oh my God. Okay. Um, her name and date of birth were printed on the ultrasound. Okay. I proceeded into the living room area. I noticed trash and clumps of cat fur on the carpet, indicating that it had not been cleaned or vacuumed in some time. There were debris of trash or personal effects of virtually every horizontal surface in the living room area. There were 2 glass end tables, a dining room table, a glass coffee table. I think she had just moved in here, y'all. A couch, a television, and a stand with a television. There was a nook area that contained 2 recliners side by side, which were both covered on top and in front of with personal, I don't know what that says, but in boxes. I observed the interior of the bathroom to be generally neat and organized. Nothing to note was located inside. Okay, so this is just talking about her room. I don't know why I guess they have to describe that, but she had just moved in. Okay. So they didn't notice a sign of struggle, any of that stuff, yada, 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 which I think, I don't know. Anyway, I'm not even saying that. Okay. This shows where they found her, whatever. Okay, Birchmore's cell phone was on the floor, approximately 12 inches from her right knee. They didn't indicate any signs of physical abuse, include grab marks, scratches, whatever. They said they observed no bruising, swelling, or external trauma to her. They said there was no markings to elude or attempt of struggle to loosen or remove. Whatever. She was strangled to death, y'all. Okay. Oh, God. Okay, I'll let y'all read that. If people get mad about this, I don't know in the premiere if you can rewind it, but I'm sorry. I'm letting y'all read this because some of this I'm not going to read because my voice is going to get tired and some of this is disturbing to me. I'm going to have to read texts that are disturbing, and so I'm trying to not read every single thing here. We're all grown. This is where the woman from the school, I believe, they talked to her and whatever. I'm going to let y'all read that. I can tell y'all basically, I don't know word for word what this says. So before somebody says, how do you know what that says? Where'd you get it? Listen to me. I don't know. I do know that this lady right here said that Sandra had told her she was nervous about that man and that this woman, I believe it was this woman that went to the principal beforehand and told them, and the principal that called the police, or maybe he did after 2 days or something. I think this may be what triggered them to, I can't remember, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I got this from that case thing. That's a good podcast, but she told the principal anyways, and he hesitated to call the police about this. But this Sandra confided in this woman that she was scared of him, of Matthew. So that'll give y'all some areas of what this is blank. Okay. This is the rest of that. And I don't understand either. I'm going to let y'all read this, but I don't understand how there was not more of an investigation since how you literally saw this man going in on that freaking camera and coming out. Like, I don't, this is so, I think that I'm going to do a reading. I haven't done it yet on whether I think they're going to blow this police department up. I think they're fixing to have a big problem there. That's just my opinion though. Clearly to me, I'm not going to say that whoever Sandra was living with after her mom and grandma died. Okay, I'm going to say this. People might get mad. This is what bothers me about the family that come out and wanted to sue whoever. From what I understand, Sandra did not live with anybody that was related to her when she was in this police academy thing. I'm not sure. I could be wrong, so y'all correct me. I fought so hard for this and emailed the DOJ, and I'm not saying my emails had anything to do with this because there were people there closer to it that probably said better words than I did and everything. But because I don't have family that I talk to that gives a crap whether I went missing or not, I did not want this girl to just be gone and her baby be gone. And I'm not going to say they just wanted money. I don't know. I can't say that, but she did have friends and stuff fighting for her. But I wanted, and I did this before. I did get a card twice that I've never got again. I've never got this card in my mediumship cards, like Talking to Heaven, that said she was one of my guides. Okay, so of course you feel obligated, but before this, I was doing this. That's why when I made that short, I was crying because I just wanted, even though she's not here, it doesn't matter. She's still a spirit. You know what I mean? Like it's not fair. I can't. She was just going to be gone and nobody was going to do anything. And that's all I could think about. No, no, you can't. That's why I have an issue with the Idaho 4 thing. Brian gets off. He didn't do it. And I mean, listen, I've gone back and listened to stuff. And even, I'm just saying, I'm not saying he did it. I'm not saying I think that, but even if he did, they don't have anything. And you can't do anything when they don't have anything. Okay. So I don't, but he gets off, then what? They supposedly have more suspects, but I don't think they're really going hard after whatever. And so these kids died for what? It just drives me nuts. So I'm very, very funky about people not being forgotten and got justice. I know some people, like, they're in heaven, they're fine. Okay, I can't help the way I feel, and that's just how I am. So this is why I've been crazy about this case. Okay. So this is, and I have tears in my eyes, so I'm going to mute this and let y'all read this. I can't because I'm going to start crying. I'm going to summarize it. I'm going to read it while y'all are reading it, whatever, and I'll just go over it. And if this is bothering people, I'm sorry. The people that truly know how I am and know me, they'll be good with it. And I have to fix something. When I said that, my best friend, Tanya, would be on everybody like stink on shit for real. So I do, when I say I don't have anybody, I do, because she would know that I was missing and There's a couple of people that I talk to on a daily basis now, just from the internet, that if I was not on the internet and they could not get in touch with me, they would, you know, which hence the reason I said my full name. Because if you can't get in touch with me, y'all don't have my address, then somebody's got to have my name, and y'all can go back and hear it. Because I don't care about somebody doxing somebody. You can't find, there's nothing on me. Like I said, the only thing you're going to find is something on my ex-husband. And trolls don't want to come at me talking about my kid and what happened, because like that would be a very bad mistake. I was not married to him at the time. The person that was married to him is her stepmom, which is my best friend. Like she protected her. So yeah, that's the only thing that anybody would find. I don't have anything on my record. If I did, I would tell you, because who cares? It's none of anybody's business. But, and I understand that some people do not want that people to know their full name. I'm not saying anything about that. I did this to take the pressure off people that don't want that, because I don't care. I mean, I do not care. The reason I don't tell people is because people are crazy on the internet, and my last name is very unique, and they will come freaking murder you or whatever. But, you know, like I said, I'll just have somebody channel me and tell who did it. So, you know. Anyway, this is basically, I'm going to mute this again and let y'all finish reading it because I interrupted y'all. But this is telling about the teacher or the person she talked to at the school. And basically what she told her, whatever. If y'all read this, you will see. I have a hard time reading this because I start crying and choking up, and that's why I'm not. So. Okay, so this is explaining that Sandra literally was because she did not. I know people think this is weird. Please understand. I don't understand why she didn't know at 14 this was wrong. I'm not saying anything about Sandra. What I'm saying is because my mama taught me this. Okay. If she was not taught this, then this is normal to her. Okay. People piss me off when they leave comments talking about, well, she deserved, look, what she should have been dating him. She was grown when she got pregnant. Listen to me. She can have another boyfriend because he freaked out, and y'all will see in these texts. Y'all will see when we get to these texts. He's weird as shit, and she was not okay in the head. I don't know how to explain that to people. People that don't understand it are not going to understand it. I'm telling you now, I'm deleting any comments. Say what you want to about me. We're not talking about her, this baby, anything like that, because the girl is, that's, you can't, I'm not a psychiatrist. I can't. I'm not a psychologist. I can't. It's not that I don't think she thought it was wrong. It's weird. I can't explain what I'm saying. She couldn't get away from him any freaking way. So what did it matter? And that's the truth. This is just finishing that about the woman, yada, 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 or the people she talked to, the person she talked to here. So I'm going to let y'all finish reading that. I'm reading it too. I'm just not reading it all out. Like I said, there's a lot here. I don't want my voice to go out. Okay. And I am going to put the links in here. I'm trying to work on both sides of the fence. People that don't want to download it, can't download it, whatever, to give them a chance to read it. And for the people that want me to just go on, I'm trying to meet in the middle. Okay. What is this? Okay. This I'm not going to read either. I'm going to give y'all just a second to go over this. This is about the trooper from the school and yada, yada, yada. So I'm not saying this stuff is not important. I'm saying that I can't read all of it out loud. Okay. I don't know how many slides there are, y'all. Oh, of this, there's 84 of these. And this is not the only thing I'm going over. The other things I'm going to show y'all, and then the main one I'm going over has the text and all that. But there are 84 pages of this. So this is just explaining about what she told people about the child, the baby, the about getting pregnant, and all that. Okay, and I think he works for the Stoughton Police Department. I think Stoughton and Canton are right there together, but they're different. But I think this is going to bring investigations into both of them. So just before I hear somebody say it's a different police, I think it's going to, because they're all involved. Now I know why they didn't. They're going to use the excuse that since these people did not think there was any abuse involved, which is absolutely absurd because these are people she worked with. Okay. They had already got tips that this man had been grooming her and had been with this girl since she was 15. This definitely causes concern for them to look. But I guarantee you, they're going to say, well, these people said they should have definitely told them if there was any abuse involved, which is what's right here. I'm going to give y'all just a few more minutes because I'm reading over this too, but that's crazy. Okay. And I know that Matthew kept on telling her do not share or whatever he was telling her. I don't know that he kept on telling her not to tell anybody anything. So do y'all see how freely she's sharing this? Like people would, like it's their normal life. Normal life. They're weirded out because they're like, what the hell? That's not normal. Okay, but to her, this is normal. She's just talking about her life. Do y'all know? I mean, people don't understand that, but literally, like you would talk about your husband, like this is her life. This is what she's known for how many ever years. I mean, this is just her life. She don't find it weird. People are like taken back. And it's not these citizens' job to say, well, was she being abused? I mean, somebody could have thought that, but it's the police officer's job to have to know, okay, yeah. So they're going to say that they didn't because of this. I guarantee that's one of the things they're going to say because these people didn't seem concerned. Shit. Okay. to the fact, she said his wife could not find out about it, but she literally is trying to look at stuff lining up with parental visitation. How the hell, and I'm not making fun of her, I'm saying this is what you have to look at. This girl has just said they're not going to pursue a relationship. She's fine with that. His wife can't know. How is he going to see his kid and the other kids on holiday? Like this. And people are like, God, there's something wrong with her. Yeah, literally, there's something wrong because this is not normal. It's not making fun of her. So people that say something making fun of her are saying that she was an adult. She knew. I know 50-year-olds that don't act like freaking adults. So I used to think that it's one at a certain age, everybody just, I don't know, grew up, suited up. I'm not sure. I thought that for a long time. Like even right after I was 18, 19, I thought that. I learned that don't always happen. But do y'all see how fucked up her head is? Like, what? How is he gonna? How is this gonna? I'm confused. And that's what the police have been saying. What the hell? There's something not right here. Okay, so that's redacted. So, okay. We're going to go over this one and then I'm going to go through these real quick and make sure there's no more. This is just giving you the background of why somebody should have looked into this better, and glad the FBI did look into it. I'm going to list this stuff so y'all can get them if you want them. Okay. This seems like another school employee. This person stated that Birchmore acted like a teenager. When asked to elaborate, she stated that Birchmore often shared more personal information than what was necessary. She said Birchmore had spoken about her boyfriend on various occasions. Sandra told her Sandra had never mentioned his name, but had told whoever that is that he was about 35 years old and he was a detective. This person was not aware which specific department he worked at. So, and she applied for housing and was getting her own place. Birchmore came across, and this breaks my heart, like a child without parents that needed help. Mm. All right. Okay, so this is somebody, I don't know who, that would have wanted to speak by phone. Okay, so this is somebody that knew. So this somebody lived with her before something. So this states here that she had issues. Her mom died. Other family members died. I don't think this person. This is sad. This person told them who the baby's father was. Okay. I gotta go let my dog in. I'm gonna give this to the next page. All right. I'm going to let my dog in. I'm gonna let y'all read that. I think I just moved the page. I did. Sorry. Sorry, I had to let my dogs in. It's about 100 degrees outside. So this is about her entering and leaving and him, whatever. This is the interview of Matthew Farwell. And he was mad that they even suspected him, which is, yeah. Trooper, whatever, was advised that on multiple sources that the victim, Sandra, was possibly pregnant and that she said the father of the baby was Detective Matt. Okay. From Stoughton Police Department, the interview was conducted in furtherance of this investigation. This idiot, y'all can read this because I'm going to get mad. This is his interview, though, so yeah. Okay, so he said he wasn't the child's father, but they did not do. They can do a paternity test. They did not do any of that. Wow, that's not normal. The other thing is he blocked her on all communication platforms. That shows right there he did not talk to her ever again after he left that apartment. So yeah, that's stupid. And that's probably a lie too. Anyway, This is somebody that spoke to Sandra 3 times a week and would see one another in person 1 to 2 times per week. When asked how she and Birchmore would typically communicate, she stated it was about 50-50 between calling and texting. She had met Sandra in high school and that she was one academic year below her. Okay. She stated that Sandra had told her that she had kicked the baby's father out of the apartment one time approximately 2 or 3 weeks earlier and that the two had argued about the birth certificate issue. She stated that Sandra had also told her about another verbal argument the two had had. She stated that Sandra never expressed any concern for her safety with the baby's father. Okay. She says Sandra told her they were still figuring out how to approach the situation with respect to him signing the birth certificate, and according to her, that he would waver between being okay and then not okay with it. And we'll see that in the text. Okay. That's about a baby carriage. So Sandra did not tell her what he looked like. She did tell her that she was having a sexual relationship with Matthew's brother. I don't remember his name, but his last name is Farwell too. Wow. Okay. This is one of her teachers that played like a motherly role in her life too. She's saying that Sandra fabricated stuff, but I don't think she wanted to believe some of the stuff she was saying was true. She might have been telling her the truth. Oh, she lost her mother and her aunt. Sandra did. That she was close in a relatively short of time. Lord have mercy. Okay, what are we on page 32? Okay. This is literally interviews. I'm just going through to see who these are with. All right, so I'm going to go to this other slide. I'm going to, like I said, put the link to this in the chat. Y'all might have to remind me. Okay. Hang on. Let me see what this is because there is. Let me see what this is. All right, we're just going to go through this a little bit. I'm not going through every page a bunch. I'm going to put this on pause for a second because I have to go pee pee. But I'm going to put this bigger. I'm going to pause it. No, I'm not going to put it bigger. I can't put it bigger and then pause it, dummy. Okay. So I'm going to pause this for a second. As far as I know, this pauses and comes back. Y'all won't even know. So, okie dokie. So this is from the Stroughton Police Department. I mean, this is in 2022. So I think this is when the hang on, y'all. I'm just going through this real quick. This is the stuff when just telling the stuff again about her. A lot of it's been redacted. What I'm fixing to read, I don't think a whole lot's been redacted. And I'm telling y'all now, I told y'all in the beginning, this is going to be a longer premiere. That's why I didn't do it live too, because I knew I was going to pause it, get up, and this stuff is bothersome. I'm just kind of going through this. If you're trying to read it, I'm just going through it to make sure that it's what I thought it was. I will link all the stuff, so no worries. Okay, yeah. What I thought. All right. Now give me a second. All right, I'm going to put this bigger. There's only 4 pages. I'm going to let y'all see this if you want to. I'm not reading this because I'm fixing to be reading a bunch of text. This is the indictment. I do want to point out she was 12 years old when she started this. And I just think this is my opinion, not fact, my opinion. I mean, I think they got it from text messages when she started actually having a relationship with him. He was grooming her before then. And I just wonder if something didn't happen before then, before she was 15. They literally are saying right here that he did willfully, deliberately, maliciously, and with premeditation and with the intent to prevent the communication by any person to a law enforcement officer of information relating to the commission or possible commission of a federal offense, to wit, commission or possible commission of federal offenses of deprivation of rights under color of law and violation, that's the law, coercion and or cohesion, how do you say that, and enticement in violation. There's some more laws, and wire fraud. The wire fraud, I think, is him taking money whenever I don't really understand it. They had to go around to get, this is why the feds don't get involved. People, and I didn't understand that. Like in the Brian Koberger thing, I'm waiting on somebody to come flying in the courtroom going, stop what you're doing. What the hell is going on? The feds have a hard time getting involved in state stuff. I don't know how to explain it to everybody. They literally, this is a corruption case too. So that's why I said it's not just going to be against this man. If they're doing a corruption case, I would think, I could be wrong about this, they're going to have to go after more people in that police department and others as well, because Kent Police Department was involved in this too. So we'll see. Okay, and that was all of it. All right, now give me a second here. Now we're getting to the, I'm fixing to pull up the last thing, the text messages and stuff, which is probably what most people want to see. I thought I did. So, okay, hang on. Okay, I just have to say his brother is probably crapping his pants right now Matthew's brother, I can't remember his name, but can y'all imagine? There's probably a couple of them that are freaking out. I'm just saying. Okay. So this, I'm not reading every bit of this, y'all. Most of y'all have seen and affidavits and whatever. This may be a little different because I think I know it's federal. It's federal. So this is saying the special agent, who he is, the FBI. I'm going to leave this for a second in case people want to read it. Note, this does say, I investigate public corruption and civil rights offenses. It gives his stuff. And it says the facts in this affidavit. So, facts. That's what we're going with. That's what this document says, and it's a legal document. Now, I do know there's a couple of people even that have been feds before saying this is going to be it's a hard case, or I don't know. Usually somebody had said, and it was somebody was an officer. I think it was, from the laugh. Diddy, I don't like him, but his bodyguard, Gene, because Gene he was a parole officer. Okay. So he said that usually if they indict people, and I can't remember if he meant any of the feds or just Homeland Security, but I think it's talking about any of the feds, like they have a 98% conviction rate. Now, do not quote me on that. That could be different, wrong. But he said something like that. So, but their rate is high at any rate. Okay. I'm going to mute just one other second. Let y'all finish this. Sorry. Sorry, y'all. I couldn't get the freaking slide to do. Okay. This is saying what the charges are. So, participating in a scheme to defraud the Stoughton Police Department and town of Stoughton through false representations of material admissions about the hours Farwell worked in order to receive compensation for official time when he was in fact engaging in acts with Sandra in violation, and there's a law. This is saying what they think he did. And he did it to prevent her from disclosing to authorities information regarding commission or possible commission of one or more crimes, including coercion, that word, and enticement in violation. There's a law, deprivation of rights under color of law, violation, that's law, and then ongoing wire fraud scheme in violation. Mr. Farwell's murder of Sandra was the culmination of his years-long pattern of abuse targeting Sandra. When she was a young girl, she was interested in pursuing a career in law enforcement and eventually joined the Stoughton Police Explorers Academy, which they don't have anymore. Hereafter, Police Explorers, to learn more about law enforcement careers. When she was in the program, we're talking about the abuser, was involved as both a volunteer and an instructor. He used all his authority and access to groom, exploit that way, and ultimately abuse the 15-year-old Sandra. he continued their abuse after she became an adult, and he continued to engage in extramarital relationship with her until he unalived her on February 1st, 2021. He was losing control of her and the information she possessed about his past and then ongoing conduct. In or around December 2020, she became pregnant soon. Therefore, she told him that he was the father of her child and wanted him to be more involved in the planning for the impending birth. In January 2021, her friend contacted his employer at the Stoughton Police Department, and during that call referenced him and her, the victim, illicit relationship. Shortly thereafter, a Stoughton Police Department employee told the abuser about the call. By the end, and we'll see that in the text because he's mad. By the end of January 2021, he faced specter of additional disclosures to law enforcement regarding his prior abuse of the victim and his then ongoing efforts to defraud the Stoughton Police Department and town of Stoughton by meeting her for relations when he was supposed to be on duty as a police officer. On February 1, 2021, he went to Birchmore, apartment in Canton, Massachusetts, wearing a COVID-19 medical face mask. You will see he would not wear one. He didn't usually wear one, okay? Once inside, he offed her and staged her body and apartment to make it appear that she had done it to herself. That's where they went for the well check. Okay, I'll give y'all a second and I'll change it. Okay, and I want to give y'all some emotional, and some of y'all are not going to hear this, so I'm just telling y'all. This girl, and the reason I know this, or I can't say, I'd never talked to her, okay? But from what I get, what I feel, I've been here. When you feel completely by yourself, you're scared to death. You want and need a mother figure, and I do this all the time, y'all. It's not like hers. Hers was a lot worse than mine because I did not get abused at. My mama didn't die till I was 19, but I cling to people, not as much now as I used to, but there's a couple of people in here. They're not even really older than me. Heather's one of them. It's not that she's older than me. She's not old enough to be a mom figure to me, but I cling because I trust her. And you do this. If anybody has lost a parent, especially a mother when they're young, a lot of people do this because I have issues, and I know I have those issues. There's not a medication that's going to make it go away. I've done therapy, and they told me that there's nothing wrong. Like there's sometimes that some things are just not, I don't want to say not fixable, but you can't, I don't know how to explain it. I don't just go to anybody. I don't it's not as urgent as hers. I don't know the word to use, as severe as hers was. This is my urge to get this child justice because this man, that I can't. So I'm fixing to start crying. So I'm going to let y'all finish reading this, but I just want people to emotionally understand that she's begging, not on the outside, but you can see it coming from her. That she's scared, I'm not saying she was scared of him. I think she was in the end, but scared of the world, that she needs protection still, that it's still, and I'm 41 years old. I don't know that you get over that. And if anybody else has lost, I mean, even if you lose a parent at 50, you may feel that way. I don't know. My dad died. y'all, I can't remember the year. It'll, in a couple of years, I'll know it. For a long time, my mama's been gone 21 years. I couldn't remember that she died July 27th, 2003. I think my dad, it was 2015. I block it out. I did not go see him sick. We had this agreement because I've dealt with death my whole life. Everybody in my immediate family, from the time I was in kindergarten till my 12th grade year, my aunt died. My aunt I was real close to. So I did not want to see my daddy sick. I did not want to see anything. And I didn't. And I know some people think whatever they think. I don't care. I don't care what anybody says. We had this agreement. It ain't none of nobody else's business, none of them. Okay, because there's something agreement I made with him. Now I do have this issue to where I forget he's gone because I haven't dealt with it. I do that too, and I know I do that. That is why my psychiatrist said the thing is you know exactly what's wrong with you. So I'm not having to tell you what's wrong with you because I know exactly what I'm doing. It's just one of those things. But this is why I feel heart to heart with her. So I just thought that would help some people that didn't understand, because I hope most people don't understand, because it's not a good feeling. Okay. And yes, before anybody says anything, yes, you get taken advantage of a lot of times when you feel that way. Hence my ex-husband and his mama, who, anyway, yeah, I thought people loved me when they didn't. That ain't too, that sucks too. All right. Now I'm going to woosah myself. I'm going to let y'all read this because I don't want to start crying. Y'all won't be able to understand me. Before we get to the text, that's why I wanted to do that. I know I'm muting this a lot and letting y'all read, but I'm trying not to get emotionally unavailable to be able to read these texts. So, and please note at the bottom of this, I'm interrupting y'all, sorry. She was 15 and he was 27. And that's when they can prove basically that there's communication about them having that kind of relationship. Remember, she's known him since she was 12. So I'll leave that at that. The other issue is, why could the police department could have found these messages? They either didn't want to or did and didn't tell anybody. I don't know which one it is. The thing about him too, since he worked as a protection person, he was under a mandatory reporter of aggravated statutory rape, all this stuff, but he was doing it. So just think about that. And this, I think after this comes the text. So and somebody asked me, I do not know if there is any text between her, Miss Birchmore, and his brother, or the other officers. I'm not sure. I don't think they're going to let us know in this one. I don't know how that's going to work. Y'all have no idea about that, and I'm sorry. I don't even know if we can find out because this case is complicated. I'm not going to try to bother people. We're just going to wait and see what happens. this was, I'm not going to say the other's not important. This was of higher importance right this second because he caused her not to be here and a baby. I do not know how the feds do this. I do not know if they're going after, usually from what I've seen, the death of the baby, he will also be charged with. I have no idea, y'all. I do not know that. If anybody, I know that if you don't know for sure, just make sure you say, hey, I'm not sure this is what I've heard, whatever. Make sure you say it's not fact and then put it in here in the chat if you want to, what you've heard, what you think, whatever. But make sure if you don't know for sure that, if you do know for sure, please lead us to where we can find information. Not that I don't believe you, but because people are going to want to do that. We need to hold each other accountable so that we keep our laws and constitutional stuff in place. That I need people to understand that. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republic, a clown, standing on your, I don't care. This has nothing to do with that. This is about America and keeping our constitutional rights, period. Now I'm going to let y'all read this. Trigger warning, this paragraph here, well, this from here down, there's I'm not reading this. There's specific information, very specific. So okay. I just need to make aware here. This down here, please, I'm not reading this out loud. Read this and then tell me, oh, she forced him to get her pregnant. Please read this. This last 19. Please read it. And please remember that when we're going through these texts. And I've seen where somebody, one or two people has put, she forced him to get her pregnant. Get that fuck out of here. And I'm sorry, but get the fuck out of here. The other issue I have, I'm giving y'all a few more minutes in case y'all reading all this. Everybody reads at a different rate because I want y'all to read 19. Please read 19. I'm going to say this and I'm going to change the slide, but a 15-year-old is not grown. I understand that people think 15-year-olds, at 15, I thought I could make grown-up decisions too. Listen to me. He's known this girl since she was 12. If they did wait till she was 15, he has worked her up to this, made her feel safe enough to say this to a man. Why would a 15-year-old feel okay saying this to this man? Tell me that. Why would this man talk? I mean, this is not when she was 15. They were talking about it. Like, this was March in 2019. This happened in 2015, I think they said. Wait a minute. It tells you up here, whatever school year that was, because she was 15. No, at 15, she needed to feel safe. He made her feel, he knows what he was doing. I'm not. He knows what he was doing. He's messed up in the head too, but he's sick as shit, okay? If you feel this way, if you go get help, that's one thing. You should run to the nearest hospital, mental hospital, whatever, if you feel this way and you're 27 about a 15-year-old. If you feel this way, I mean, if he was 20, I mean, even 20 to me, and that's still considered you're not supposed to, but I'm saying though, That's still pushing it. I did date older people when I was younger, though. Like at 16, I mean, I was dating a 19-year-old. But this is not, I didn't know them since I was 12. They were not, this is not that. This man went and got married. I don't know if he was married when they start. I'm not sure. I haven't figured that out yet. I'm not sure when he got married, but like he was never planning to be with this girl. Y'all need to realize this. But he made her think he was. And he would get mad at her if she went out with anybody else. Didn't like it was, yeah, just okay. I'll let y'all read it. Oh, this is text. Here we go. Okay, so on February 11th, 2020, Birchmore and Farwell discussed, I'm just saying their names, we know their names, whatever, discussed an exact day that Farwell took the then 15-year-old, first time she did anything, y'all. Okay. I'm going to say her, him, because we're talking about her and the abuser. So we're talking about Sandra and Matthew Farwell. Y'all can see that. Okay, I have butterflies. I don't know if I can read some of these, y'all. Okay, I had butterflies so bad the day that happened. The first time, whatever. He's so sick. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to read this. Oh, God. Please. Okay, let me... I'm not going to be able to read this word for word, y'all. I can't do it. Like, I can't. He basically said, yeah, him too. It was a big day. But yeah. Her... Still know the date to this day. That was special. This is special to her. This is special to her. Do you understand that, people? Like, oh, God, I can't. He's going to say, he already knows this shit. That's what makes me sick. He's like, really? Oh, I want, okay. She said, yeah. He put a smiley face. That's a date I'll never forget. Poor child. Birchmore. It was April. Oh, this is 2013. April 10th, 2013. Are they sure? How old was she in 2013? Somebody do the math in the chat that's in here, if anybody's in here, and tell me. And I know I'm talking to a chat that I don't have yet, but I'm going to do a premiere on this. So she was born in 1997 in May. This is right before her birthday in 2013. How old would she be? Somebody please tell me. He put a smiley face. Okay. She said, best day of my life. Face with heart emoji. He said him too. Sick bastard. On June 19th, 2020, her and him had the following conversations, which he reminisced about his past criminal abuse of her. I'm glad you agreed to do this the first time, her first time to be with him, basically. He said, yeah, me too. Okay. Him. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying this. Y'all can read that. Basically, he's saying he could have done whatever without protection. I can't. She said probably if you really would have pushed it. She said that she was scared to say no in the beginning, not knowing how he would take it. So he wouldn't have got it without protection, is what she's saying. Or no. She would have done it without protection because she was scared to say no to him. Hello, can we read that again? I was scared to say no. Wow. Okay. Oh God, my stomach. Okay. It's very important that the reason it's important, not for some sick, we need to know what these texts before sometimes you have to have empathy in a physical state. Like you need to see it to believe and to know, to understand the depths of this. And that's what we're doing. That's why we're doing this. It's not about me saying every single word because I'm not going to be able to. I can't. I can't even, my words, I can't. They won't come out. It's not going to work. So, yeah. Okay. So this is talking about Birchmore texting one of her friends. Hereafter, person one. Okay. This is talking about the text messages from the child to continue to S relationship with her until her death. Okay. On October 5, 2020, Birchmore texted one of her friends, hereafter person one, that he, Farwell, had been having Personal relations, y'all, they're cutting grass outside, so it's loud, probably sorry. But if y'all hear that, I don't know. He'd been having personal relations with her for the last almost 10 years. However old she was in 2020. Y'all want to figure that up? But oh, she was 16. Wait a minute. Oh no, before she was 16. I read that wrong. Okay. For almost the last 10 years, and that Farwell had taken the first time they did it, took her, yeah. Before she was 16. So before she was 16, so she was 14 or 15. On May 20, 2020, Birchmore told another friend that she had lost her, 5 days before the Boston Marathon bombing. Also, on October 5th, 2020, Birchmore prepared a draft text message to Farwell's wife. Birchmore sent this draft text to person one. The text states, in part, I missed this part when I was reading it. I am messaging you to inform you that your husband has been cheating on you since before you guys were even married. Wow. I'm aware that Farwell and his wife got married May 2013. So, yeah, he was seeing her before he even married his wife. Shortly before Birchmore turned 16 years old. There is no known record indicating the draft message was sent to his wife. Other text messages between him and her demonstrate his interest in minors. Oh, yeah, this is sick. On June 15th, 2019, him and her exchanged text messages in which they discussed role playing. This is disgusting. I'm telling y'all now, this is gross. During their next encounter, Farwell asked Birchmore how old she was going to pretend to be during that encounter. I'm not saying that again. I need to. He wanted her to pretend to be some crazy age. When Birchmore responded, 14, he replied with a smiley face emoji. What? Oh, God. No, oh, God. Oh, in another conversation between her and him on February 21st, 2020, he describes, I'm not saying this. Y'all read this yourself. I'll give y'all a second to breathe. And for those of y'all that watch PORN of daddy-daughter stuff, I hope y'all think about that every freaking time y'all watch shit like that. I'm just saying, I'm not saying any of y'all do, or aunt and stepson and any of that shit. I hope you think of this explicitly. I hope you think of a situation like that. I hope it makes you sick is what I hope. Just saying. Ugh. Okay. I have also reviewed several text messages from 2020 in which he instructs her to act gross, as if he were her older brother coming into the room at night to do whatever to her. That is fucking disgusting. Witness confirmed that he cultivated a close relationship with her when she was a child. Agents have interviewed one of her friends, hereafter person 2, regarding her relationship with him. Person 2 indicated that shortly before her death, she revealed to the person 2, the friend, that Farwell started having with her when she was 15 years old. Agents also interviewed one of Birchmore's relatives who described being aware that Birchmore would meet with him when Birchmore was a minor. Specifically, the family member indicated that around the time Birchmore was a freshman in high school, she would tell the relative that she was meeting with him so he could help her with his homework. Why would you let a teenage girl meet with a man? That is not okay. This right here is alarming to me. Why? What? That's crazy to me. Parents, anybody, relatives, friends, anybody, children that you have, if they're meeting with any older person that you don't know, that's not, even if they're a family member, but if it's not their aunt, if it's not somebody that they don't need to be doing that. They should have been in a group anyways. Like, that's not okay, in my opinion. I don't know. What do y'all think? I have reviewed a text message exchange between him and her from June, and him and her are always going to be Birchmore and Farwell. That's what I'm saying. So y'all know who that is. Okay. June 17th, 2019, when the two discussed how he has helped her test prep, quote unquote, at the library. Farwell told her, sorry, I said his name, that she should have told him that she was interested in having S with him that day. She told him that she was scared to speak up. He then asked her, did you think I wouldn't do that to you? I'm not saying that word. That's disgusting. She responded, yes, and like because of my age, and I didn't want you to be like, oh, no, WTF. Why? Oh, my God. Okay. He then told her, I understand that. In a conversation from April 5, 2020, he told her that he knew he wanted to take her, do it, you know what I'm saying, with her first time, yada, yada. When he was started helping her with schoolwork, quote unquote, what the fuck ever that means. Additionally, on, oh God, I'm going to pause this in a second. February 21, 2020, she and him reminisced, oh God, after this, yeah, about when they first became S-active. Sorry. I listened better back then, though, whatever that means. Him, I wish it had been a year sooner. After helping you study at the library. So maybe he was at the library. That's not what, anyway. Him, you still listen and give me whatever I want. Oh, I can't say that. He called her a cuddly name that he, what? God, I can't. Her, I don't even, I can't read that. Something about waiting a year. She didn't, whatever. She said, and good, but I don't think you're going to get what you want next time. So he said, of course I will. I'll just take it. That is fucking disgusting. That is fucking disgusting. She said, that's what you think. Good luck with that. I mean, I'm almost embarrassed to read these. Like, I can't. Him, wait a minute. Oh, I'm not reading that. Y'all can read that. I'm not reading that. Sorry. If you're in the car driving, I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Her. So 2012, I finally decided that I was going to try and find a way to get you. She wanted him, basically. Okay, yeah. Her. How did you feel when I asked to make your dream come? Oh, God. Everybody take a bath when we're done with this. Just fucking imagine white light going all the way through you, cleansing you completely, just cleansing you, because, yeah. Ew! He said he would have done this to her when she was 12. Oh, in 2012. He might as well say 12. He probably would have. Anyway, I shouldn't say that. Allegedly, my opinion. I ain't even going to say not fact. I'm just going to say allegedly my opinion. I can't, y'all. Okay. I got to mute this for a second. I'm not going to pause for a second. I'm going to let y'all. I can't. Oh, my God. Oops, I was on mute. I had to pause this because my dogs are freaking out because there's some grass is being cut outside and they're scared of the lawnmower. It was making weird noises. So, yeah. And it was loud right here. So, oh, I hope nobody's eating. If you are, I'm just telling you, you probably want to stop, or I don't know. Don't listen to this right now. Okay. Oh, shoot. I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. Let's go back. Okay. Evidence that Farwell committed federal offenses or possibly committed federal offenses by submitting false information to obtain wages for the time he spent engaging in S acts with Birchmore. He defrauded the Stoughton Police Department and the town of Stoughton. On many occasions, he engaged in S acts with her while on duty at as a Stoughton police officer. To cover this up, he falsely represented that he had worked certain hours when in truth and fact he was not working. Rather, he was engaging in acts or spending time with her. Accordingly, his misconduct was also a part of a scheme to obtain wages from the Stoughton Police Department, an agency of the town of Stoughton, through false statements on material omissions regarding the hours he was on duty and working as a police officer. His text messages with her indicate that he had with her while he was on duty as a Stoughton police officer, which is a whole nother charge, I think. I'm not sure. So I don't know about that, but I think it is. But I don't know for sure. Text messages between him and her indicate that on multiple occasions he left work during his shifts to meet and at times engage in activity with her. These encounters occurred at various locations, including her previous home in Stoughton, her more recent apartment in Canton, a Costco parking lot in Stoughton, and a Five Guys parking lot in Canton. Examples of dates and approximately start times of these encounters are listed here. So April 10, 2020, 11:46 p.m., May 1st, 2020, 11:10, May 20, 2020, 7:14, July 1st, 2020, 9:36. That's PM, y'all. All these are PM. September 22nd, 2020, 7:32. The 24th, this is the same year. 8:56. The 28th of September, 8:28. October of 2020, the 5th, 7:03 p.m., the 6th of October, 7:09, the 12th of October, 7:31, the 19th of October, 9:44, the 23rd, which is my mama's birthday of October, 8:01, the 25th of October, 10:43, November 6th, 11:27, November 18th, 9:46, the 24th of November, 9:22, November 28th, 10:26, November 28th, 10:40. Okay. December 11th, 2020. This is still 2020, 10:52 p.m. December 29th, 2020, 7:49 p.m. The 30th of December, 11:01. Starting in 2021, January 8th, 10:09. January 16th, 10:02. January 23rd. Thank God it ain't on the 25th. That's my birthday. Again, remember, this is the year of 2021 now. So January 23rd, 10:08. The 29th, 10:07. Thank God they didn't keep listing them. I've reviewed messages that reveal that both him and her knew that some of their encounters occurred while he was on duty. For example, on April 10th, 2020, he wrote, "I'm going to sneak away from work quick." On November 24th, 2020, she asked if he would be on duty when the two were scheduled to meet. He responded, "Yes, I will be on the clock." The text messages between him and her, which precede several of the above listed encounters, contain statements indicating that the purpose for at least some of the encounters was to engage in acts. For example, on several occasions, he sent her text messages directing her to act if she was being RAPD during the ensuing encounter. Wow. His scheme to defraud caused interstate wire communication. Okay. The town of Stoughton pays Stoughton police officers on a bi-weekly basis. In or around 2020 and January 2021, he received his paychecks via direct deposit to his account, at USAA Federal Savings Bank. The paycheck funds originated with Rockland Trust Bank and were deposited into his account via Automatic Clearinghouse, ACH. Transfer. Each ACH transfer originated outside of Massachusetts and or traveled through another state before terminating into his account. That's how they got it. Okay. Accordingly, it appears that by engaging in conduct when he should have been performing official duties as a police officer and obtaining pay for that time, he may have committed wire fraud in violation of that law. Okay, he unalived Birchmore to prevent her from disclosing information about his commission of federal crimes and possible commission of federal crimes. As described in detail below, there is evidence that he unalived her on February 1, 2021, to prevent her from disclosing information about his possible commission of the federal crimes listed above. Her pregnancy. On October 5th, 2020, person one told Birchmore that his wife was pregnant with the couple's third child. Person one indicated that the baby was due February 2021. Birchmore, I've got to say that so we know what we're talking about, responded that she was going to tell his wife he had been having S with her for nearly 10 years. In summary, electronic messages between him and her for the period beginning on or about October 5th, 2020 through January 2021 indicated that she presented him with an ultimatum. He would have to agree to engage in unprotected S with her with the goal of conceiving a child in return. Oh, I get it now why she did that. Okay. She would not disclose their relationship. She had already told others that he had been having S with her since before she was 16 years old, which she knew was a crime. And her knowing that he was leaving work to do this with her while he was on duty as a Stoughton police officer, which she's not responsible for him leaving work. So, but they're just explaining that. Okay, I think the reason, and this is allegedly my opinion, when she got told that his wife was pregnant, that's why she did this. Because she thought that would make him love her more. That's sad. According to text messages between him and her, and he should have just dealt with it. And if his wife knew, oh well, I don't know how she didn't know before now. Gross. She sent him a photo of her ovulation schedule and the two started to discuss timing of their S encounters around specific times in Birchmore's cycle. Approximately 1 week after he agreed to have unprotected S in order to conceive a child, he and her had a disagreement about the terms of their agreement. The following is an excerpt from the text conversation on October 12th, 2020. Okay, y'all can go and start reading that. Give me a second. Okay, so this is about what I was telling y'all about. I said this is text messages. I said the agreement was once that was our compromise. What? Oh, I said the agreement was once. That was our compromise. I asked if we could try this month. Didn't realize that meant you do it to me once, LOL. She's talking about this, And then I asked if we could try through this year, and you said I'd think about it. The conversation continued on October 13th, 2020, which is my daddy's birthday. Our compromise was try once. Yeah, it was to try this month. So you're thinking about the second thing I said as far as the rest of the year. You said try once this month, and if it happens, it's meant to be. Those are exact words. Text messages indicate that a few weeks later, she continued to discuss trying to get pregnant. On November 3rd, 2020, she asked him if they could try again that month or whether they would need to talk in person about that. He responded, that's an in-person discussion. On November 5th, 2020, Birchmore asked Farwell if he had given any more thought to their prior conversation. He told her that she thought of a way they could both be happy. How would you feel about us having a baby, you being there and signing the birth certificate? There's never going to be a need. This is how much she didn't understand. There's never going to be a need for your information anyway. You'll be safe there. She has to have his information for him to sign the birth certificate. And I won't talk shit about her or your kid. That way we both get what we want. This is still her talking. You asked me the other day what I wanted, and I didn't want to give it to you in the form of an ultimatum. So I'm trying to do it with you as a compromise type of thing. Can you tell me what you thought of? Like, even if she was, she don't run him. He did what he wanted to do anyway. So that's what I'm saying. She is not, which he's messed up in the head too, but he should have went and got help for it. He kept on this. Anyways, this to me, the abuse never stopped. The abuse never stopped because it doesn't just stop once you turn 18. It's still there. It's still going on. It doesn't. Y'all have to understand this. Oh God, this is still her talking. I'm down for discussing it in person, but the more I thought about you signing, it really isn't going to have an impact on you because the way things are going to fall in the future. So what is she talking about? The way things are going to fall in the future. So apparently he's told her something. I don't know whether it's that I'm sure he's going to leave, whatever. If this woman does not divorce him, she is a sick fuck too. Okay, that's an in-person discussion. In November 2020, after Birchmore learned that she was not yet pregnant, she asked him about, I said her name again, sorry, continued to try to conceive for another month. On multiple occasions, he told her that they would need to discuss the topic in person. He continued to meet with Birchmore in person, and text messages suggest that she remained as active with him. Duh. On December 28th, oh my God, y'all should see this picture she made him. Or somebody made. Oh, yeah. God, she made that. On December 20, do y'all know how old she is? I'm not making fun of her. I'm saying, think about how old she is in her brain. Just listen. I'm not saying she's slow. I'm saying that an abused person, nobody got her help. Nobody adult-wise had her in therapy. Like, I'm confused about this. It's crazy to me. She sent him a text message informing him that she was pregnant. She sent him a photo of a poster she had made to celebrate the pregnancy, and there it is. His immediate response to her disclosure about the pregnancy was, "I literally have nothing to say right now. How could you express this in a text when I said I don't appreciate it?" He and her then argued about the pregnancy in the following text conversation. Like he didn't any freaking way. Him, how far are you? Her, regardless of how far, we're keeping it. Her, but 3.5 weeks. Her, which means I conceived this month. I don't know what this SIC means. Does anybody know? Him, okay, well, we need to talk then. Her, no shit, that's obvious. Her, a birth certificate is being signed. Or hers isn't. Oh, shit. Okay. She's talking about his wife. I mean, okay. Y'all, this does not, like, they're married. Well, in Alabama, I didn't. They actually took my husband out of the room with our daughter because it was up to me whether he signed that birth certificate. He would have had to take me to court and fight to sign it, even though we were married. They took him out of the room to make sure he was not forcing me. So I'm sure every state has something like that. But that is just, okay. She was dead ass serious. So he has told her something, is what I'm saying. She didn't just do this. There was something. I don't know. I don't know whether okay, no, I can't blame her at all. The fault that she was an adult in age year, this is continued abuse. So no, I don't. Because no, I don't. Okay. That's funny though. I mean, it's not funny. I don't know. I don't know what to say. It's funny, but it's not funny. Okay. This is still her. No, or hers isn't. No, I'm mad. You're acting how you're, whatever he said. I don't know. I guess I got that. No, I'm mad. You're acting how you are over a choice we both made. She put that in capitals. A choice we both made. Him, I'm mad. You act like you gave anyone a choice. You're the victim now. Her, laughing my ass off. Oh, so you didn't have a choice? Yeah, for real. Him, per usual, you make and do whatever you want. Her, all I did was say, can I have it? You said, have what? And I said, you know what I'm asking for. And you stood up and said, yeah. Gross. Gross. Her, this is still her talking. You've been doing that. You mad. She's due in February and I am in September. And you don't know how you're going to be. Oh, I know why she's mad at him. He didn't tell her that his wife was pregnant. Okay. And from what I'm seeing, that's alleged in my opinion. You don't know how you're going to be there for both of us. Because remember up at the top, it said that that person to whatever told her. This is still her, and you need to be there during labor for me too. Like, this is wild that she thinks this is just normal. Okay, the bottom of this is the officer or the FBI person. At the time of those text messages, I know that his wife was 8 months pregnant with his third child. Based on the context of these texts and prior messages, I believe Birchmore was referring to the birth certificate for the child that his wife was then carrying. Yes, that's what she was doing. Her. Because whatever this SIC means, your kid should matter. Her. Late August, early September. Him. You are truly the worst person on the face of the earth. Oh, she's the worst person. Okay. Oh, shit. After the foregoing conversation, she again threatened to expose the truth about his prior abuse and their ongoing relationship, probably to his wife. He responded by indicating that she had threatened him, causing him to agree to impregnate her. This is from him. For the past week and a half, the doctor wasn't right, but now she was, and you just throw it at me because now you've got me. Oh, shit. You honestly have absolutely... She's got you better in a fucking abuse case than she does being pregnant. But anyways, you honestly have absolutely no idea how to treat people. Are you fucking... I'm sorry. So it's a person that I can't. Yo, come on. Come on. Oh, shit. I can't. I have effing bent over... Jesus, Lord, help. Bent over backwards for you. I can't. Now you want to act like this was some free will decision. He's an idiot. Decision. You have threatened me from the word go if I didn't do and give you what you wanted. He should have never been in this fucking situation to begin with. His fault. You would ruin me. You shouldn't have done it, asshole. I make a deal with you. A deal. We're making deal. I mean, what the fuck is really going on in this world? Do y'all see this shit? Do y'all see this shit? This is the police officers of today. Welcome to 2024. Not all of them. Okay. And you have changed the terms. And this is the police that everybody that wants to holler, everybody's guilty all the time. They're wonderful. So please, everybody, base it on each encounter, not... Yeah. You change the terms at every turn. Why did she have... Any freaking way. This is some gaslighting. I don't know what this is called. It's fuck shit. That's what it's called. We'll deal with this tomorrow. Well, what are they dealing with? Okay. Not at that point they didn't deal. He didn't, offer. But anyways, his escalating physical violence. On December... See, she did tell people about it, though. On December 29, 2020, he and her met to talk in person. After this meeting, she sent him a text alluding to a physical encounter. Her. It made me really uncomfortable and stressed out and scared when you were next to me because I thought you were going to hit me after you said what you said and took things out of my hand. That's why I was crying. I know you wouldn't, but still, it scared me. That's scary. At least 3 witnesses have disclosed that in the weeks before her death, she told them that he was physically violent with her and he discussed the pregnancy when they discussed the pregnancy. According to death records, she was 4 feet, 10 inches tall. 4 feet, 10 inches tall. Military records indicate that Farwell, and I'm saying his name, is 6 feet, 4 inches tall. Somebody, yeah. Oh, shit. Okay. Person 2 reported that in the weeks prior to her death, she was over the moon about her pregnancy. According to person 2, she had decreased her coffee consumption, discussed winter clothes for her future baby, and engaged in FaceTime calls with person 2 while selecting baby clothes. Person 2 indicated that she was nervous about telling him about the pregnancy, but that she eventually did. See, I what if things. Anyway, I'm not going to run out. In January 2021, she called person 2 and stated that after telling him about the baby, he told her that he wished she would just die and that he wants nothing to do with the baby. According to the information she shared with person 2, he put her in a headlock and grabbed her cell phone, Birchmore Farwell, this is who's fighting, from her hand. Person 2 told Birchmore, I'm going to say his name right now, to distance herself from Farwell, given that he was dangerous, a police officer, and obviously didn't care about the law. However, person 2 was also aware that Birchmore appeared to be attached to Farwell because he had taken her virginity when she was only 15 years old. Again, yes. Person 3 also indicated that in the days before her death, I'm saying these names so y'all know who we're talking about. Birchmore disclosed that Farwell had been violent, because this is important. Approximately 10 days after Birchmore's death, Birchmore and person 3 went to Walmart to buy a baby stroller for Birchmore's future child. Birchmore was excited about the baby and asked person 3 to be the child's godmother. Birchmore told person 3 that the day prior, Farwell had gotten angry with her for showing him a fetal sonogram. According to Birchmore, Farwell told her, "That's not my child. I don't want anything really to do with you. Why was he there?" And then Farwell pushed her to the ground. Person 3 told Birchmore to end the relationship with Farwell. Person 3 indicated that Birchmore seemed scared but not ready to leave Farwell because Farwell had been such a big part of Birchmore's life for several years, because she's lost everybody she cared. I wish people understood. Additionally, person 7, that's why I'm not worried about saving names. The names they don't want said. This is public record, but I'll go back to she and he, but that way we know who's talking about what. Additionally, person 7, Birchmore's longtime therapist she was in therapy, I guess, reported that in the weeks before Birchmore's death, Birchmore reported to her that Farwell got upset about the impending pregnancy and shoved her. Because, see, this therapist, I don't know the laws of what they could say. She probably didn't tell her that they had been doing it since she was 15. Okay. In addition to these descriptions of Farwell's violence targeting Birchmore from person 2, person 3, and person 7, Birchmore's text messages to person 1 further confirmed Farwell's escalating violence. On January 10, 2021, Birchmore told person 1 in a text message indicating that she had recently argued with Farwell. Birchmore told person 1 during the argument, Farwell took her cell phone out of her hand 3 times and refused to give it back to her. Birchmore also indicated that Farwell took her computer out of her hand and used his body to shove her. In January 2021, there was increasing pressure on Farwell. In January 2021, the pressure on Farwell increased as a result of Birchmore's pregnancy. Birchmore tried to communicate with Farwell regarding the due date and ultrasounds, genetic testing, gender reveals, and doctor appointments. In his text responses, Farwell was unresponsive or dismissive of those topics. He appeared to ignore them. On January 4, 2021, Birchmore told Farwell that she was going to the doctor the next day and asked if he wanted to know how the appointment went. Farwell did not directly respond to that question. On January 5th, 2021, Birchmore asked Farwell to come over so they could discuss her estimated due date the week of her first ultrasound, her conversation with her doctor, and first appointment. Farwell did not respond directly to that request. Of course he didn't. Loser. Okay, text messages from January 3rd, 2021 show that Birchmore asked Farwell if their child could have his last name. Good God Almighty. However, he told her that he would not discuss that issue via text message. Birchmore said, okay, so she said this to him. This is their text messages now, so I'll go to her and him. I have a compromise for you. You don't need to sign the birth certificate if the baby can have your last name, which is impossible. That he would have to sign the birth certificate for that to happen. I believe. That's how it is here. I don't know. He said, not discussing in text, we'll talk in person. In another text, January 6, 2021, she began to ask him what their family would look like. Oh, shit. Heard, you don't have to sign the BC if I'm allowed to at least list you and they can have your name and I won't move to Stoughton or the town of where his family resides. Ew. She said, I won't bitch about holidays, but I would like you to come a few days before Christmas and Easter so you can see what they got. See, and she refers to they, so I was like, she having fucking twins, but it kind of just shows. Anyway, maybe they say that. I don't know. Get from me, and I don't want it to leave women. And I don't want you to leave them out. And 3, is she talking about having more kids? I don't know. If you want to try, and support them, we can talk about that. But I do want you to see them. Birchmore, I feel like I'm trying to be as fair as I can, and I want you to be there for labor, and I'm standing my ground on. And that I'm standing my ground on. Last name, something. I guess talking about last name. Okay, we can discuss more in person. Okay, I figured. Does it kind of sound okay to you? Okay, at the bottom, the detective or the FBI agent writes, Farwell's reluctance to discuss a pregnancy via text message is significant because it is inconsistent with Farwell and Birchmore's long history of text message discussions regarding that. So he could deny this baby is why he did this. Seemingly private topics. For example, there are thousands of text messages between Farwell and Birchmore in which Farwell discusses details regarding his work as a police officer, his fantasies, and were predominantly violent and including many references to choking and RAPE and graphic details about their previous encounters. He didn't want to talk about his baby, so he could deny. It's a lot to think about. It's so much more than you have ever asked for. See, but he's stupid because he still admitted enough that he knows that's his baby. Okay. And still less than what any other girl would ask for. Jesus, Lord, have mercy. Okay. On January 20, 2021, person 2 called the Stoughton. Oh, yeah, this is what did it, I think, really. I'm not saying this is the person's fault. I'm saying okay. Person 2 called the Stoughton Police Department, and in that call referenced his relationship between Birchmore and Farwell. Not his, okay, After learning about this call, the fact of which suggested at least some aspect of Farwell's illicit conduct may have been exposed to the Stoughton Police Department, Farwell sent Birchmore text messages revealing his extreme anger. He sent a series of text message expletives telling Birchmore that he thought no one knew about their relationship and she had no clue how bad this was, and indicating that he does not know if he needs to worry about other disclosures. Dude, your effing friend called my job. Sandra, what the fuck is what he said. Question mark. She sent him a question mark. What does this SIC mean? Okay, your friend, person 2's name, just called my effing work to complain about me, WTF. Birchmore, IDK, I don't know. Farwell, what do you mean you don't know? Her, I literally just woke up. Him, did you steal from her? What's he talking about? Her, nope. Him, what's going on? Oh, I wonder if somebody else had mentioned it to him and he's, okay, I don't know. Okay, you also told me that no one knew about us yet. She claimed we are effing. Her, it's literally nothing. Okay. Him, it's nothing. She called my job. That's insane. Him, why would she call and drop my effing name, Sandra? Like, what do I have to do with you not giving her something? I don't know what he's talking about. Him, like you have no idea how bad what she did is. Him, I literally can't believe this is even real. Real life. Oh, yeah, because you haven't done anything. Like, what else do I have to worry about now? You should worry about everything. Which other friend will do something tomorrow? You should worry about everything because you should be doing nothing somebody can tell on you about. You freak. Okay. During the investigation, I've interviewed person 5, an employee of the Stoughton Police Department who received the call for person 2 on January 20, 2021. Person 5 indicated that she took down person 2's name, information, and gave it to Farwell. Person 5 indicated that Farwell immediately got angry and pissed off and ordered person 5 not to speak about this to anyone and never talk about it again. Person 5 described Farwell's reaction as atypical and not consistent with his normal behavior. Okay, so what happened? Nothing? Okay. This is Birchmore's final days. On January 24, 2021, approximately 1 week prior to Birchmore's death, she communicated with person 8 about Farwell. So the father came by last night. It was like a complete 360. This is scary. Change. Person 8 said 180? Question mark. Yeah, LOL, she said. Because, okay, yeah. Person 5, this is at the bottom from the FBI agent. Person 5 did not have an appended memory of the date of the call, but I have confirmed such date through business records. Person 8 said good or bad. She, Birchmore, said good, but unexpected. So it kind of threw me off and made me a little, listen to this now, uncomfortable. But that's because how things were going. He asked me if I give him a key, and I said that if I kept it secret, he'll be around and see the baby, basically, and all that. So it's somewhere. Then he looked in my closet and then the bathroom, but I don't know why. I haven't figured that out. He used the closet door to do what he did to her. Please keep that in mind. He wanted a key for her to keep his. Oh, this is oh my God, this is awful. This is Birchmore. We started to heart, and then work called him and he had to leave. Birchmore, oh, and he bought me a ginger ale because I ran out. Person 8, what about the birth certificate? Birchmore, I think he's signing it, not sure. He's coming back again this week, but it's like a complete 180 from where we were at. Based on my training and experience, I believe Farwell's shift in demeanor, of course, on or about this date was his attempt to appease Birchmore until he could kill her. Exactly. Additionally, so anybody that's going through something, you don't have to speak out. But if this stuff happens, you need to have people around you all the time. Okay. Additionally, the foregoing text messages considered in light of other evidence suggests that Farwell was making a plan to take her out. Part of that plan included asking her to give him a key and to keep it secret. Another part of the plan was inspecting various rooms of her apartment, including the closet, to determine where they contained items or presented options for how and when he would do this to her. His request for a key for her apartment in the weeks leading up to her death, corroborated by other evidence. I have reviewed text messages between him and her from January 24, 2021, in which she gave him the passcode to her probably apartment. On February 4, 2021, Kent police found Birchmore's body next to the closet door, a duffel bag strap around her neck. The strap was, trigger warning y'all, the strap was wrapped around the closet door handle. Gave passcode to the building's front door and told him, I have your key too when you want it. Additionally, I have reviewed records from Walmart that suggest that she did, in fact, pay approximately $2 to have a key copied at approximately 11:10 a.m. on January 24th, 2021. That's the day before my birthday. According to the text messages, she and they exchanged the key. She gave him the key on January 29th, 2021. She again gave him the passcode to her building front door, and he verified the code was the general one given to the entire building, not just one assigned to her. He's requesting or accepting a key to her apartment was a sudden change from recent conversations. I have reviewed text messages between them. One as recent as October 14, 2020, in which he told her he did not think it was a good idea for him to keep a key to her new Canton apartment. In a conversation with her friend, person 9, on January 24, 2021, Birchmore indicated that she was surprised about him now requesting a key to her apartment. Person 9, did it go good with him? Birchmore, I got hit with a shocker question. Can I call you? Birchmore. So, really well, surprisingly. So, I don't know, I understand what that means to him. He asked if he could have a key. He basically said he'll be around as long as I kept it a secret and don't tell anybody. But he did admit, I do have the upper hand in the situation, which isn't a good thing, but I'm trying to and not be that person, if you know what I mean. Person 9, I get it. You're going to give him a key. Are you going to give him a key? Birchmore, I just made a copy of it. Yeah. Person 9, that's good. They didn't realize. Birchmore, I'm not going to give it to him yet, but he also bought me a ginger ale last night, like I asked him to. Person 9, he's coming around. Because it's kind of like, I don't guess you would think that he was going to do that. I mean, you wouldn't really, I don't think. Okay. A lot more than I thought he was going to, yes, Birchmore said. I still have to verify the PIN for him. to get him into the apartment if he rings me and I don't answer. But last night, he opened my closet door and found for something, and then he went into my bathroom, looking at my bathroom, and then I have a dolly in my living room. He asked why I had it. It was just really odd. He started looking around. I don't know. Person 9, that's weird. Yeah, it was really weird. See, she saw that, but I don't think. God, that's awful. Okay, according to text messages between Farwell and Birchmore 2 days before Birchmore's death, she continued to engage Farwell about planning for the birth of their child on January 30th, 2021. She asked him if she could tell him the baby name she was considering. He told her that he would rather discuss the topic in person. Leading up to February 1, 2021, she planned for other important baby-related events, such as who would care for her cats when she went into labor. She ordered baby items and conducted Google searches related to her pregnancy and future child rearing decisions. She also planned for newborn baby photos and an official pregnancy announcement. This is sad. Announcement, which she planned to do on Valentine's Day, as well as a gender reveal. She also made plans for her immediate future, scheduling an OBGYN appointment for February 10th, that she didn't ever make it to, 2021, and asking him to help shovel out her cat during the impending snowstorm. I have no idea what the hell that means. Oh, car. I thought it said cat. Shit. It says car. Y'all, I'm losing my mind here. What the? I was like, what in the hell? Okay. So at the bottom, from the agent, this planning is of note because it indicates that shortly before her death, she was doing things that indicated her plans for the future. It is also important because it reveals a level of care for her pets that she is inconsistent with circumstances of her death. Specifically, when police found her body in her apartment on February 4th, her cats were present. She had made no arrangements for the animals. During the investigation, agents also learned that she had been taking classes in preparation for applying to nursing school. Wow. The day she passed, on February 1st, 2021 at 12:19 p.m., Birchmore sent Farwell text messages indicating that she was going to be released early at 12:35 from her job at the Sharon Public Schools. Farwell told her that he would not be in the area that day. Later in the afternoon, February 1, 2021, Birchmore told Farwell that she had received an early gift in the mail and that she was not planning to have a baby shower until late March because of the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. She told him that once she learned whether they were having a boy or girl, she wanted him to purchase clothes for the child to wear. And here she came home from the hospital. Investigators have reviewed surveillance video of Birchmore's Canton apartment building on February 1, 2021. She is seen on the video approximately 5:01, accepting a DoorDash order and then going outside briefly and returning with a snow brush at 5:31 p.m. and 5:33 p.m. respectively. Okay. The last time Birchmore is seen alive is on video on February 1, 2021 at 5:33 p.m. Later that evening at approximately 9:08 p.m., Farwell sent Birchmore a text message asking whether he could come by for a second. Approximately 9:10 p.m., Birchmore sent Farwell a text indicating that when he arrived at her apartment, the door would be open for him. This is the last known outgoing message from Birchmore's cell phone. Surveillance video showed Farwell entering Birchmore's Canton apartment building at 9:14 p.m. In the surveillance video, Farwell is wearing street clothes and a hoodie. And he's talking about the timestamps down there. Okay, with the hood up, a face mask that is similar to medical face masks that many people have used during C-19 pandemic, whatever I said earlier. I've interviewed multiple witnesses who have indicated that Farwell's resisted wearing a face mask during the pandemic. One of the witnesses stated that Farwell would only wear a mask when on duty and required by the department policy to do so. The video surveillance recording shows that he left her apartment at 9:43 p.m. They found her body on February 4th, 2021. And then that's what this is. They reviewed photographs that depict her wearing the same clothing that she was wearing when she is seen on video entering the apartment on February 1st. at approximately 5:33. This is consistent with her having died later the same evening. According to police reports, when the body was found, her cell phone was on the floor, 12 inches. We've read some of that. I'll let y'all read that. This is just sick. And they never they never did anything to this man. Okay, y'all. There is more of this. This is the autopsy report from the first time. This is probably going to go into the. This has got all these. These are different sexual acts where he choked her, like during the whatever. These are very sick. Like, I'm not going to go through this. This is his RAPE fantasies that he went in detail on. A lot of this is, I'm just kind of going through this. I'm not going to go through all this. We've been on here for a while. It's going to be a long live. But I think it's important that even if people didn't stay in here to read this, that they can download the documents or whatever, because I think people, this is one that I do think people far and wide need to read this. Yes, I think people far and wide need to read this. I really do about this. This has got very specific. This is about his wife. That added, they said, intensifying pressure to ensure that Birchmore would not disclose information regarding Farwell's conduct, especially to his wife. Okay. Okay. Farwell told detectives that Birchmore had been sectioned many times. Based on my training experience, sectioned is a term Massachusetts law enforcement officers often use to refer to the practice of involuntary hospital visits. There was only one time, I think, and that's the only time they did that. She got in a fight with a family member, and they said she was in risk of self-harm, but they didn't keep her that long. These are text messages. This is gross. I don't know what this means, but okay. Yeah, I'm just letting y'all, I'm here. I'm just, so y'all can read this. I'm not. These are text messages I'm going to let before I go. I'm going to just put them on the screen. I can't. I'm not reading them. It's disgusting. This is his fantasy shit or whatever was going on. Okay, hang on. So this is that concluding that the fracture of the right superior horn of her hyoid, I don't know, bone is not consistent with the position in which first responders found her sitting. A sitting hanging is called an incomplete one, meaning only partial body weight is applied. So this means that there was more pressure applied than that would have, which is why they ruled it to death, basically. Y'all can read all the whatever. She had even talked to somebody about booking pictures for the baby, clothes, doing all this stuff. Okay, so we got to there. I was making sure because some of these takes, they're in different places where he's exposed, where he needs to. And look, she did not have any protection. She said she never got any, and he still did whatever with her. So yeah, don't that bullshit. Okay. It does say, while there was evidence that indicates that she may have had offing herself, idolations on a few occasions between 2016 and 2018, which Farwell would likely know about because he was exploiting her then. There's no credible evidence to that, though. With her therapist, they said there was no signs of any of that. This is really sick. At some point during the summer of 2021, person 4 attended a social gathering with Farwell, during which Farwell participated in a joke about her being hung on the door. Yes, you heard that right. That is fucking sick. Oh my God. That's exactly what happened to her. This is saying that he asked her to perform his RAPE fantasies during, yeah. This is describing, I'll let y'all read this. All of this is describing some of that stuff. I can't. Okay. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give y'all the FBI page. I'm going to put the link to the FBI page in here so you can download it. I'll probably put it in the chat and I'm going to put it in the description. I'm not reading this either. I will give y'all a minute in case y'all can download it or something, but this is literally more of him describing what he wants them talking about in text. Oh, this is where he's talking about punishing her, unquote, quote unquote, because she was with somebody else. This is what I'm saying. I mean, he was always there. I'm going to the next page. It continues. This is gross. Here's the rest of those texts, y'all. I'm not reading them out loud, so. Oh, this is when she turned her location off on her phone, or he thought it was off. Yeah. This is what I'm saying. She couldn't get away from him. Like, he would say things like, your location's back off. What are you like? It's just stupid shit. She said, you can have it. It's been a thing for years. She said, it wasn't off. That's why I wasn't sure why it wasn't showing up. Then I just unshared and reshared it with you. You can have it. It's been a thing for years. LOL. Okay. I don't care if you know where I am. I'm not doing anything I shouldn't be. Oh, I'm not saying that. Okay. See, he was saying something about Big Brother always watching. And he said, I'm just saying iPhones keep track of way too much stuff. I don't mean anything by it. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Farwell's iCloud account contains disturbing images regarding violence and necrophilia. I don't know what that is, but okay. I don't want to know what that is. Okay. Okay. Also with intercourse with DEAD bodies. That's disgusting, by the way. A meme glorifying a person who takes somebody out, and abuses someone who no one will miss. That right there, yep, y'all just finished reading that. That is disturbing. This is him telling her to clear everything out. This is about her sending stuff about his fantasy stuff. I mean, what was his wife? He just at home tech. I don't understand. Okay. Okay, so this is Farwell directed her to destroy evidence regarding the beginning of their relationship. This would be evidence of Farwell's efforts to coerce and entice Birchmore to engage in intercourse when she was 15 years old. And here's this. Yep. Here's the rest of it. The remainder of this page is blank, it says. Please remember she was 4'10" and he was 6 something. Okay. The information set forth above supports government's motion to detain Matthew Farwell pending trial in this case. And that's why they did all that. So that's all of them. Okay. So I'm just saying, I have no idea how long this live is going to be because I'm recording this and I'm going to do a premiere. So you may have to come back. I know everybody don't have time to watch it. I didn't separate into two because it's still the same thing. I'm going to put in the chat where the link where you can get these. I'll pin it if I can. I think I can pin it. So I will do that. I'm recording this 5 minutes before I'm fixing to start schedule the live. I'm going to schedule a live for it's 5:50 p.m. Good Lord, I didn't realize it was that late. So it's 5:50 p.m. So I'm going to schedule a live for like 6 or so on September 2nd, 2024. Okay, so y'all have a good one. I will see y'all. Well, of course, I will be seeing y'all in the live. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, yada, yada, all that.